When I first started my own tutoring business, I cared about two things. One, having the freedom to run my own business in my own way, and two, building a successful business that both replaced my former teaching salary and surpassed it. Even though there's plenty of paid and free advice out there on how to do this, the thing is that you have to try several different situations and figure out what works best for you. And that means you've got to be courageous enough to make a few of those mistakes. One of my first mistakes was that I undercharged. Now, I started at 40 bucks an hour, which maybe that sounded pretty good to my former self, especially when I just had no idea what to pick. But the amount of driving I was doing to people's homes and the amount of work it took really meant that I was technically making less than 40 an hour. Back then, I also only offered English. That meant it was just me teaching what I had the ability to teach and what I had the experience doing. So yeah, I ended up undercharging, but I don't undercharge anymore. At least I don't think so. Anyone out there who wants to start their own tutoring business, or anybody who's in the process of doing that, you definitely don't want to undercharge yourself. But there is one caveat. You can't simply raise your prices without also raising the quality and the amount of resources that you offer. You see, you may already offer amazing explanation skills or organizational skills, but if you do want to increase prices, you do have to have a reason for it. And no matter what you offer students, you want to make sure that the parents know about it in your onboarding process. So, what is the onboarding process? The onboarding process is when you meet with would-be clients to talk about what they need, as well as the steps that take place when they agree to work with you. In case you weren't sure, my name is Jessica and I have an online tutoring business that helps students with both English and math, and we help students raise their grades and boost their confidence in both of those areas. I'm always telling other tutors and definitely other students that being able to work online is such a gift. I actually found some footage the other day that I had filmed and completely forgotten about, and on this day I was at my best friend's house on a Thursday. And yes, we're both adults, but I was at her house on a Thursday afternoon and I had to meet with a new would-be client. Like, this person contacted me and I was already planning to be out of town, so I was like, I don't want to make him wait any longer, because speaking with a parent and a potential client is so important, because you need to meet with them as soon as you can to see if it's a good fit. It's both a personal and a business decision. But I'm about to meet with a brand new would-be tutoring client. It's a parent who found me through one of my Michael Clay Thompson videos. And so that's, if you don't know, that's the homeschooling curriculum that a lot of people use. Sometimes I get nervous before meeting a client because you always hope that it's a good fit, but you have to find out when you actually meet the person. Spoiler alert, on that day, I onboarded one of the best students I've ever met. So it worked out, but it's sort of funny that when I watch this footage, I'm thinking, wow, I literally had no idea who I was going to be meeting really and how that meeting was going to go. Meeting with a client, no matter where you are, is a pretty big deal. So I've come up with a list of steps that I have to take every single time so that I don't mess up and forget. Step 1, a potential client reaches out through email or sometimes a phone call. We schedule a Zoom session so that it's more personal, and sometimes like just a phone call if we can't meet on Zoom for some reason. Then, this is important, I have a list of questions that I have to ask clients. Sometimes I think of a few on the fly, but there's this list that absolutely works. Once we agree to work together, I send my online registration form and contract, which the client can easily fill out online. When you make these forms, make the questions super easy to respond to so that you can get necessary information from clients, and so that they don't have to agonize over having to think critically about typing in individual answers. I know we need information from people like phone number, email, age, what their goals are, most importantly. If they have an overcomplicated form, like half the stuff we fill out in real life, like housing and our tax form, all that, those forms are a turnoff. So try to make your form as thorough and yet as simple as possible. Then we double check on an agreed schedule and I receive their payment for the month. This step-by-step onboarding process really helps bring in the quality clients, and to be honest, it helps to filter out the ones that really aren't so great either. And I don't mean to say that everyone who comes to you asking information about tutoring is like bad, but you are going to get some requests that just, it's not a good fit. Like those bargain shoppers, some people just want a quick fix. Like, hey, I need help with this one test. I need help with this one class. I've helped a couple of people like that, and it was not very fulfilling. Like, as an online tutor, you want to be shopped for the qualities and the value and the results that you can give. You don't want to help someone just because you're just someone who says they tutor. You charge more so that you're attracting the right type of clients that are really looking for help because they want help, but also those people will be a better fit for you. I used to have a profile on Wyzant. I don't get great results from that. I know some of you out there really love it and you find great clients and you might still work with those people, but I don't love the platform. I don't love those online tutoring platforms that allow you to work for them, but yet they take a percentage of your money, you know? I think those might be helpful for people who are starting out. But once you have some momentum and you have a few good reviews on Google My Business and you've got a few, I don't know, you've built up your clientele, you don't need to rely on those really general tutoring websites. I think if you tutor something highly specific like French or Latin, you might have better luck on some of those platforms. I know some people have used OutSchool and really liked that, but I'm just too dang independent. I don't work well with others. That's not really what I mean to say. I just mean that I'm more of I'll set up my own independent business and I will work with students and families, but I do set the rules. And it's because I can figure out what's better for students. I don't really want to work for some company that I didn't create and I don't know those people, and it's a very passionless situation. Sometimes you'll get a request from a person who, well, it just sounds too good to be true. They want to tutor with you 1 to 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. And that's always a really sketchy situation. I think they're just fishing for information because they'll ask, what is your pricing and where can I send the check? They're not gonna send you a check. Don't accept checks. Nah, don't do that. I did speak with a potential client once who claimed that she met people on Wyzant with PhDs and several years of teaching experience who only charged $30 an hour. And if you have a PhD and several years of teaching, you're disrespecting yourself by charging so low. That's just bad. Sure, the lower you charge, you're gonna get a few more people, but they're really not gonna be the people that truly value you as the tutor, meaning they're not gonna respect or listen to what you have to say. Not really, they just sometimes want homework help. So I've had a few disappointments with people. I thought, hey, this could be a good fit, and then they're just like, no. So to sum this all up, I would say that you do have to get out there and just try a few different types of clients. They might be a wide range of ages at first, but then you gotta niche down. Working with a variety of clients at first will really teach you the types of people that you're great working with. So maybe you're good with working with math students, middle to high school range, and you try a younger person because a client reached out and they asked. Working with different types of clients and being willing to mess up will teach you all the skills you really need to push your business further.
If you are an online tutor, be sure to follow me on Instagram at PEZ Tutoring. Also, if you're a parent, find us on Facebook at Parents, Students, and Fans of PEZ Tutoring. Thanks for watching.